Hey everybody, these will be the solutions to the homework on functions. Remember, this was the 2014 Compo calculator, remember? So you've got the functions f of x is equal to kx plus 1 all divided by x minus 1, and g of x is equal to 10x minus 15. It says coordinate 4, 3. We know that this point 4, 3 belongs to f of x. So we have 4. So I can write it like this. X is 4 and that's equal to 3. So 3 is equal to k of x plus 1. Notice how I'm replacing the x's. Look how I'm replacing the x with 4. Okay? And that's 4 minus 1. Do a bit of rearranging. So 3 is equal to 4k plus 1 divided by 3 times up by the 3. I get 3 times 3 is 9. So 4k plus 1. Take away 1 from both sides. So take away 1 from both sides. I get 4k is equal to 8 divided by 4. So k is equal to 8 divided by 4 is 2. And I've shown it, so I say QED. And I get myself 2 straightforward marks. Part B. What is the domain of f of x? So basically, the domain of f of x is we solve, well, we'll go back to f of x, and that's equal to 2, because k is 2, x plus 1 over x minus 1. The domain is all about this here. That can't be 0. So we say that x minus 1 cannot equal 0. Therefore, x cannot equal 1. So, the domain, x can be a set of real values, but x cannot equal 1. And that was 2 marks as well. What we want next? We now want to see what are the asymptotes of f of x. Now, to find the asymptotes, all I do, I need to look at this and divide it by the coefficient of x there. So the asymptotes, well, one of them, the one I just said, this is called the horizontal, is done by doing 2 divided by 1. So that's y is equal to 2, and the vertical is from what we did before, is x is equal to 1, and that was 2 marks. Now on to part C. Sorry, part C, what am I talking about? Part D. Say, far from being perfect. Determine f of x intercept with the x and y axis. So let's start by making that equal 0. So we have 0 is equal to 2x plus 1 over x minus 1. When you times something through by 0, it cancels. So I have this. Take away 1 from both sides. Divide by 2. X equals minus a half. So we have minus a half, comma 0. There's that. We call that the x-intercept, or the root. And the other one, you let x equals 0. So we have 2 lots of x is 0, plus 1 over x minus 1. So I'm left with 1 over minus 1, which is equal to minus 1. So 0, comma minus 1. Notice for the intercepts we always have either the y being 0 or the x being 0, and that's giving us 2 marks. Next question is E. Show that the point of intersection between f of x and g of x is at x equals 2. So I just say, let f of x, which is, y is equal to that, let that equal that. So we have 2x plus 1 over x minus 1. And we say let that equal to 10x minus 15. I'm now going to multiply it by x minus 1. So it's all going to be times by x minus 1. Now on the calculator you can do an expand. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take my time doing this one. Okay. So 2x plus 1 is equal to 10 times, so 10 times x is 10x squared. I'm just expanding the bracket. You can do this on the calculator. Minus 10x minus 15x plus 15. I'm going to collect my like terms on the right hand side. Oops. I'm now going to just do I'm going to make it equal 0, so I'm going to take away 2x from both sides, which gives me 8x squared. Sorry, that is my mistake. Let me go back. That was a mistake. 10x squared, because x squared is different to x's, minus, take away 2x is 23x, and I'm going to take away 1 as well, so plus 14. And let that equal 0. Use the calculator to solve that. Now, I need to get my calculator out now. So on a graph, not on a, well, you could do it on a graph page, but I think the best place to do it is on a calculator page. Just type in solve, open bracket 0 is equal to 10x squared minus 23x plus 14 comma x, and oh, if I made a really silly mistake somewhere. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot the two of these to make sure I haven't made a really stupid mistake, which I probably have, knowing me, and put the other one in. Yeah, so I made a mistake somewhere. What's my mistake? Ah, I spotted it. I've spotted my mistake. How silly am I? It's this. 25x take away 2x is minus 27x. How silly, how stupid can I be? Okay, I do that on the calculator, me being a silly person, and I get x is equal to 7 over 10, or x is equal to 2, and I've shown it. Okay, hopefully you bear with me for a while. And anyway, that gives me 2 points. Sketch the graph of f of x. I'm going to do this really quite quickly for you. So I've plotted them on my calculator. Y, x. So it's, yours is going to look so much better than mine. That's actually not quite, that's not, I agree, that's not very good. Let's do it like this. Okay, we need to put in our coordinate points, so you'd state what that point is, you'd state what that point is, and you'd put in the, you put the asymptotes in. So you need to know what that point there is as well. Okay, that's question 1 done. So now we're on to question 2. Given y is equal to f of x, describe the following transformations fully. So A, we have, so translation by 4 units in the positive x direction, and an enlargement by a scale factor of 3 parallel to the y-axis. Next one, part B. It's I'm going to use vectors now. Translation by -1 minus 2, and C, it's translation by, oh, that's 3. That's not very clear. 3, is it? Let's make that better. 3. And enlargement by a scale factor of a half parallel to the x-axis. Each one of those is worth 2 marks. And finally, question 3. For f of x is equal to 2x plus 1, sketch the graphs and label the new functions of a f of x minus 2. Well, if I know if that there is f of x, I'm going to move it 2 to the right, so that's going to be f of x minus 2. So you knew that this coordinate point here was when we let y equals 0, so that's going to be minus a half. So this will be at 2 across here, so add 1 is a half, add 2, so that's 1 1/2, or 3 over 2. And then part B, we have minus f of 2x. Well, it's going to be spread out. Now I'm going to use the calculator just to double check this one, so I'm just going to insert a problem. I'm going to put the graph in there. I'm going to define the function as 2x plus 1, and then I'm going to add a new graph function. So f2 of x is equal to minus my function that I've defined times 2 times x. And it goes something, it's a bit steeper, and what it does is it cuts through, that cuts through at 1, that's cutting through at minus 1, and both of those were worth 3 marks, but you can use those on the calculator. 3 and 3, and that's it. Done. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much.